Tonight, local businesses are using the grease from Baton Rouge sewage pipes to fry all those delicious foods you like. We'll show you where to sample some fantastic gator bite.
Plus, Louisiana State Police are auctioning off hundreds of pounds of narcotics to raise money for the state. Find out how to bid on a pound of weed signed by Lil Boozy himself.
Also, Ukraine protests are turning violent and deadly. We'll show you how you can help them by sending a pair of Tums. These stories and my audition tape for VH1's Naked Dating, right now on the Funyon. Welcome to the Funyon, the Zoe Bonds of the news world. I'm Logan Anderson.
And I'm MJ Hernandez.
Our top story tonight, a lawsuit against LSU Dining Services was filed last week after a biannual cafeteria food analysis came back showing shocking results. According to court documents, the report showed that LSU's dining service employees had served an estimated 375 pounds of body hair in food to students over the last semester, over 3 times the legal amount permissible. The National Society of Food Workers spokesperson Ronald O'Donnell said that the lawsuit is discriminatory against LSU dining workers, explaining that having to work for LSU students only leads to you tearing your hair out.
An LSU student was evicted from Business Residential College Central last week for possession of over half a pound of marijuana. Graham Baggins, a pharmaceutical administration major, was evicted last Friday when a strong, skunky odor was detected in his room. Since he was white, police simply gave him a stern talking to and gently kicked him out. While Baggins could not be reached for comment, sources indicate that he has joined his drug-dealing brethren at the venue.
College freshman swears he'll wash his sheets and take out the trash this week, according to his girlfriend. Catherine Sandberg, devoted girlfriend, said that her boyfriend Jason promised this would be the week. Sandberg has endured her boyfriend's crusty sheets and aromatic dorm room since their relationship commenced at the beginning of the fall 2013 semester. Though Jason swears that the smell is not that bad and lets Sandberg sleep on the clean side of the bed, he insists that he will finally get around to some spring cleaning. When we come back, a local sushi restaurant creates Sochi Sushi in honor of the end of the Olympics, containing Chernobyl eel and stray dog.
Plus, the Miley Cyrus and Katy Perry makeout video is sweeping across the web. We'll talk to a group of teenage boys to see just how hot they think it is. That and much more when we come back.
Welcome back to the Funyon. The American Council on Residential Development has endorsed a bill currently going through the Florida Senate that would designate over 4,000 acres of prime Florida swamp to the state's vast population of sex offenders. Mike Anderson, a one-year sex offender living in Miami, says that the new bill would require him to relocate everything, including his nondescript white van and his 10 cats, to the middle of a fenced-off swamp along with 750,000 of Florida's sex offenders. Politicians say that the bill would help secure Florida's children unless they just so happen to be walking on sidewalks. Meanwhile, Florida's black population says that they are also working on getting the hell out of Florida.
We are now getting some breaking news at this hour from South Africa. We now go to Funyon foreign correspondent Lassie. Go ahead, girl. Wait, what's that? Apparently there seems to be some kids stuck in a mine outside of Cape Town. Wait, say that again? You're saying South African President Jacob Zuma is holding kids hostage in a mine outside of Cape Town. Wait, President Zuma of South Africa is holding kids ransom in a mine outside of Cape Town and is threatening to start global thermonuclear war with China? Wait, what's that? Oh, sorry, everyone, false alarm. Lassie was just trying to tell me she wanted some bacon strips. Well, that's a relief. Thanks, Lassie. I love you too, girl.
The White House announced this week that in response to the rising number of illegal immigrants coming from Mexico, President Obama would push for a new policy that would extend the Mexican state into Texas and New Mexico. The new territory, named Even Newer Mexico, would encompass large swaths of the 2 states and would gift large amounts of resources to improve the Mexican economy. GOP Chairman Reince Priebus, the son of a Toyota Prius, was too infuriated to comment.
On Sunday, 11 people were arrested in Nigeria for serving human meat in burgers at an unnamed hotel restaurant. Police raided the hotel in Anambra in southeastern Nigeria after receiving an anonymous tip. Police say they discovered 2 human heads wrapped in cellophane in the freezer and a pair of legs hanging from meat hooks. A longtime patron of the hotel's restaurant said he couldn't believe that the delicious, fatty burgers he purchased for himself were made of human meat. In light of that incident, U.S. intelligence officials are warning Americans to steer clear of emails from wealthy Nigerian butchers offering great deals on ground beef. And now, here with your sports recap for the week is Spencer Latiolais with the Benchwarmer.
Welcome, folks, to the Benchwarmer, the only sports segment to sell out sooner than Michael Vick's hairbrush business. I'm Spencer Latiolais. In Olympic news, the United States placed fourth in the overall medal count at the Sochi Winter Olympics, but first in freedom. The American people aren't concerned, however. Dennis Rodman, America's sports ambassador, says that the Winter Olympics are, quote, a step below the Winter X Games. Sources say that Ohio State's Marcus Hall is selling autographed pictures of himself giving the finger to Michigan fans during an Ohio State game. When the reporters asked as to why he decided to cash in on the claim to fame, Smart replied, "There was no question about it for me. I'm sure not a day goes by that Julianne Hough doesn't regret not signing the pictures of herself in blackface." And in other sports news, ESPN released a survey this week showing evidence that every single sports reporter ever could have totally gone pro if they hadn't torn their ACL in the 6th grade. Well, throw up the red card because that's the end of the show. Make sure to stay tuned to the Benchwarmer at tigertv.tv and use the hashtag Funyon to join the conversation. For everyone at the Benchwarmer, good night.
Benchwarmer is sponsored by Gillette Profusion Plus Extreme HD, the only 12-blade razor to annihilate your scruff, and by Speed Stick Pro Date Night Deodorant. Don't let her on to your lack of cleanliness.
Coming up next, we'll reveal hot new tramp stamp trends, including the new infinity symbol under your armpit.
Ooh, I can't wait to get one of those. Plus, we'll show you the new Samsung Galaxy S5 with automatic camera filters that superimpose a picture of someone hotter over your selfies. That's next.
Welcome back to the Funyon. Local counseling centers have seen a huge spike in clientele after the New Orleans Pelicans revealed their new seasonal mascot. The new mascot, a giant king cake baby, has arrived just in time for Mardi Gras. One man was quoted saying, "One look into his eyes and you immediately feel yourself lose part of your soul." In a desperate PR move, the baby has staged surprise visits to lucky fans' homes, but every time the result is the same: pure terror. Thankfully for LSU psychology majors, the king cake baby-induced night terrors will ensure that they will have a job for years to come.
As you all know, the premiere of HBO's hit series Game of Thrones' 4th season is quickly approaching. To tide you over until that time, our highly trained Funyon researchers have discovered some possible leaked spoilers straight from Wiener aficionado George R.R. Martin himself. Some changes to the show are meant to add some spice to the series, with one script showing Khaleesi hooking up with one of her dragons. The real question is, which one? And for some extra drama, everyone's favorite paraplegic Bran is granted use of his legs once more by the old gods, but Hodor breaks them again when he accidentally sits on him. To keep up with all the latest Game of Thrones spoilers, nude pics, and misplaced modern profanity clips, visit tigertv.tv. And in other news, in a tearful confession yesterday, area man Eric Friedman admitted to being a huge fan of the hit Lifetime reality show Dance Moms. Friedman, a grown man, insists that the riveting plot keeps his eyes glued to the screen. In a statement from his therapist, Friedman stated, "It has nothing to do with the preteen girls in glittery leotards, but it has everything to do with the ever-raging catfight between Kendall and Chloe." We'll be sure to keep you updated once Friedman's girlfriend finds out his shameful secret. Well, that's all for this evening's broadcast. Join us next week when I join Ted Nugent and hunt for subhuman mongrels.
Make sure you have an escape plan from the Secret Service, MJ. For all of us here at the Funyon, good night. Our top story tonight, a lawsuit against LSU Dining Services was filed last week after a biannual cafeteria food analysis came back showing shocking results. According to court documents,